my first Starbucks drink in forever since I actually started using my espresso machine. So, oh, it got dark in here. Just wanted to say cheers to y'all. Feel alright.
And feel alright.
Good morning, beauties. Today is the last day of 2021. I don't know what I have vlogged already, as I'm just doing little snippets of my life over the next few weeks before I start actually posting again. So I am going to share with you all what I'm doing at the current moment. I am in South Carolina. I came here on the 28th of December, and I am actually sitting here on the couch now in James's apartment, and I am planning out my videos for the month of January. I had mentioned that I wanted it to be a lot more organized for the oncoming 2022. And so in doing so, I decided to spend the last morning of 2021 preparing myself. So as you can see, I've got my feet so casually kicked up on the chase. James's apartment actually looks really, really pretty. I don't know if I'll do an apartment tour of his. Maybe I will. I don't know. It's a mess right now because, it's him living. So, but yeah, so I am just kind of kicked back on the couch. I'm watching a YouTuber that I just kind of stumbled upon. It's a moving vlog. You all know I really, really love moving vlogs, and I randomly watch all kinds of people. But I'll zoom you in if she's someone you might want to check out. I don't know. I like her so far. I think she's just starting to get started. So yeah, so send her some love if you like. Your choice, obviously. But yeah, so I am just kind of chilling here on the couch, making plans and my agenda. I did get this agenda from, where did I get it? I got it from Target. I'll talk more about it in another video to come. And then this is my same little notebook that I got from Home Goods a while back. I really, really like it. I'm actually kind of like jotting notes down as well, as far as putting them in my calendar, jotting notes down, trying to come up with some video ideas. So yeah, so I'm really trying to be much more organized in this oncoming year of 2022.
Happy New Year!
Hey! Happy New Year!
Yeah!
Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Sheila, and welcome to the channel. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and stick around for a while. And if you are a returning subscriber, you know the love that I feel for you. So y'all, it has been a while, and we are back in 2022 to get this year started out. I am so excited to be back. I have enjoyed my time away from you all. Although I will tell you, you have either just seen or you're about to see a little montage of what the last couple weeks after Vlogmas looked like for me. I just did a little snippets here and there, nothing too dramatic, but I didn't want you all to kind of like know what was going on behind the scenes. So I wasn't completely away, even though it may appear that I was completely away. Yeah, so I did make some notes. I'm going to tell you all that right now. I do want to be very specific with this particular video because I wanted to kind of get a fresh start for the new year, and I didn't want to leave anything out. And I was like, you know me, that mind to mind, it goes a mile a minute sometimes, and I will forget if I don't jot certain things down. So that being said, you might see me look down every now and then to try to figure out, oh, did I leave out something, you know, whatever. But yeah, so first thing I wanted to share with you all is I did make a couple purchases in lieu of getting myself organized. The notebook though that I've already had. I've had this one for a while. I did get this one. I think I showed it to you all. I got this one at Home Goods, like, I don't know, like maybe 6 months or so ago. And I have really enjoyed having this one. I love the fact that it's black. It's very basic. And I don't know if you figured it out, but I'm really toning out a lot of color and just kind of being more neutral and a lot of things in my home, in my bedroom, everywhere. So I really like that. So this is nothing new, but I did pick up this planner. It is a planner from Target. It is a 2022 planner, obviously. Now, the only thing that I thought was very interesting, and I didn't even realize this until after I got home with it, but I was like, I'm not taking it back. I really like it. It's fine. So it does say my career. And I thought initially at first I was like, okay, that's so not the purpose of this. And then I thought, well, maybe it is the purpose of this. Maybe this was God's way of sending me a message that this I can use in my career to better my career. And that could be a career with YouTube, or it could be a career that I have with my existing company that I work for, or it could be a brand new career. I don't know. So I'm going to go with the whole my career thing and say that that's a message from God, but I didn't know that it was there when I purchased it. I'll be very honest with you all. And then I picked this up. This is a beautiful, beautiful 365-day daily devotions. And it says on the front, a little God time for women. And I thought, that is so what I need right now. I saw this when Terry and I were out, I don't know, one of the nights shopping, and I had to get it. I am not really a purple fan. I think purple is a beautiful color. I actually have a nail polish, this exact color. I very seldom wear it because I am not a purple person, but when I wear that polish, I get all kinds of compliments. And today I had this at work, and so many people complimented this color of purple. Before I started the year out using this and reading my daily devotions, that has been very pleasing to my soul, pleasing to my heart and my mind. I've really enjoyed doing that. So now let's get back to where we were. Now I have to wear glasses because y'all know I can't see worth a darn. Yeah, so anyway, the title of this video is 2022, Now What? We start talking about the beginning of a new year 6 months before the new year comes. Like, we start mentally in our heads talking about the things that we want to change and do and blah, blah, blah in the next year coming. But now that the year is here, now what? What do we do now? I jotted down a few things that I wanted to go over with you all. You all know I don't really do New Year's resolutions, and I kind of toggled back and forth on whether I wanted to call these goals or what did I want to call this. And I really never came up with a true answer to that question. So I'm not going to say they're goals, of course, and I don't want to say they're resolutions, but I will say that I did jot down about 5 things that I want to improve in. I really do believe highly on not getting caught up in certain formats of things. Like, if you say resolutions, I think sometimes, in my opinion, I feel that people really try to force things within themselves that maybe they wouldn't, that they can't do, or really don't have the intention to do, but they feel like they have to because everyone does resolutions. And so that's kind of why I personally I stopped using the word resolution when I realized that, it makes me put too much pressure on myself. It makes me feel like I should be doing something no matter what it is. I feel very anxious about it. So I was like, one couple years back, I don't know when, but I just decided no more using that word. And then I kind of toggle, like I said, about goals. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good one either, because it can kind of force you into feeling like you've got to fulfill this or else. And I don't really feel like that is the way we should ever start off our new year. That is not any pressure that we should ever put on ourselves. But I will say this, again, I probably just repeated myself. For me, the thought of, and my bracelet, or no, it's just hitting the table, so I'm so sorry. Y'all know I talk with my hands. I did a list of 5 things. I know that there's probably other things. I feel if I just focus on bettering myself, that'll put me in a better place in 2022 than I was in 2021. So that's really what my main focus is. And then I was watching a YouTube, it was actually a podcast. I was watching it on YouTube. And these are some young girls. They spoke about choosing a word of the year. And when they said that, I was kind of like, that could be something I could start doing. In choosing the word that I chose for my one word of the year, I also looked at the 5 things that I had jotted down, or I had in my mind at that time, that I wanted to work towards in bettering myself. I saw these all connecting together. I thought, this is the word that I want to go with. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and share with you the word that I chose. The word that I chose is abundance. And I can ask for, I can pray for, I can look forward to, I can work towards abundance in money, health, mental stability, my faith. So many things that I can use the word abundance to better myself in 2022. So yeah, abundance is my word. And then the 5 things that I chose. Now, I am going to probably kind of look down at these every once in a while, because like I said, I don't want to leave anything out. But the very first thing that I chose is getting my finances in order. You all know that I quit my career job of 30 some years and went to work for one of my clients. That didn't work out. And then I ended up at the university making so much less than what I have made. And I mean, I haven't made this little of money in years. I will do a video at a later time, the day that I came to realize the reason why I did what I did. I know that sounds weird, but anyway. So in doing that, I had to give up a lot, and I don't have money. Like, I'm not anyone that some people may think, because, they see you drive a certain kind of car or see me buying things or whatever, they may think it looks like I have money, but I really don't. I just take what I have and I do the best that I can. But I lost a lot of money in salary wise when I went to the university. And so selling my house was a big help, but I've got to figure out some new things. I've got to figure out some better ways to make myself more financially stable in 2022. It may be figuring out ways to just cut back on things that even more than I've cut back on, making a decision. I don't see me doing this, but making a decision to look for another job. Is that something that I have to do? Or I just need to figure out ways to get these finances in a better shape, whatever it may take. So let's just work more on bettering myself, which I've said this over and over again. The reason why I don't make resolutions, because I just want to better myself better than I was the year before. But I want to be more specific in certain things that I have watched myself deteriorate in. I lost a lot of myself over the last few years with the need of feeling like I needed to always go along with everybody else. I need to always make people happy. And I forgot the most important person to make happy. Having gone through the whole breast cancer thing, I woke up at the end of that and thought, I have got to be more true to myself. And I've got to claim me and the things that I like and don't like and want to do and whatever. So I am going to make it a point that in 2022 that I'm going to be true to myself. I'm going to better myself in the ways of being true to myself. Now, this next one, you all are probably going to be like, what? So I am going to commit myself to some severe dental work in 2022. Now, I don't know when in 2022 that's going to get started, but I am going to commit myself to doing the research that's going to be needed, how to maneuver through the expenses of getting it done. I think I've shared little bits and pieces of that I have a lot of stuff going on in my mouth. I've had some really bad dental issues all my life. I was born with a gum disease, and my sister and I both were, actually. And so we have suffered a lot with dental issues. And my sister, being blessed in the way that she is, she got dental implants years ago. Like when they first came out, she was probably like the first candidate to sit in a chair to get dental implants. And I have not been that fortunate. It was way expensive back then, and it's gotten lesser. And I do understand that there's some new options out there now too. But I am going to be looking into doing some severe dental work, which may entail some dental implants. I don't know at this point. It's going to require me to be with a dentist and really talk about like what is the best options for me. And I also want to say this. I know there was a point in my channel that, and I don't think the person watching me on a regular basis, I think it was just someone that was being smart, but had made a comment about the way I pronounce certain words, and it's really the way they come out because of the way that you hear them coming through YouTube. It's not that I don't know how to pronounce the word. I'm not illiterate. But the person kind of implied that. And so they made a comment that they weren't going to watch me anymore because I say a certain word wrong all the time. And it really isn't that I'm saying the word wrong, because after they said that, I was really like, gosh, do I say it wrong? I know the difference. But it's just because I do have a lot of dental things going on in my mouth right now. And I have had for several years now. And over the past couple of years, it's just gotten worse. So it causes me to speak sometimes with a little bit of a lisp. And it's really weird because sometimes I feel like I have more control over my words. And then other times I just can't. Like, I just feel like the brace and things move around in my mouth, and to the point to where I can't get the words out. That's not the reason that I'm doing that, because of what the person said. I just wanted to share that with you all, because if anyone ever watched my channel and they feel like she don't know how to pronounce the words, or what is she saying? I am aware that sometimes my words don't come out properly, or you can't hear me pronunciate certain letters very clearly. So at that point, it may sound like I'm saying something totally different. Unfortunately, it's my speech now, and I have to deal with it. Going through cancer, it does a lot to your dental work as well. I have a gap in my bottom of my teeth now that I didn't have before. It was a tiny, tiny little gap, but my teeth have shifted because my deterioration of my bone in my mouth has begun to happen, which was something that was done from chemo and all that and everything else that was going on. So in turn, I ended up with a nice little bottom gap. I really needed to wait until I got past all of the stuff that I was going through before I even began to try to do anything about it. So that's why I'm saying I'm hoping that in 2022, maybe I will be able to start the process of actually getting things done. But for sure, I'm going to start the process of figuring out what it is I need to get done. So the next thing that I chose is to push myself, but also be aware of my limitations. I do a really good job most of the time of pushing myself to do things, but I also know that there has been a little bit of a fear that has come from everything that I've gone through, that sometimes I feel like I will get to a certain point of something and then I feel like I need to stop. I don't have the confidence sometimes in myself to think that I can make it through something. And so I tend to kind of pull myself back. And so I want to, in 2022, push myself. But at the same time, I also want to acknowledge the fact that I may not can do a certain whatever it is at this point, that it may take some time for me to be able to get there. And so, and that could be just in everyday living. It could be exercising. It can be all kinds of things. It can be many different things. Like one of the things I want to push myself more is my wellness, my health, the food that I eat, my exercise program. I want a more defined exercise program, but I'm not going to be one of these people that I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I need to lose 20 pounds, or I don't really need to lose any weight, really. But I'm not saying that I am going to be in the gym 24/7 and this is, I'm going to have this body or whatever. That's not my intention. That's never been my intentions, but I want to push myself to make sure that I am practicing the best health and wellness that I can. Now, the last thing that I chose, y'all, started today actually. I think I've shared with you all. I will talk, I do plan to do a video again, like I said, on my whole testimony. But 21 days of fasting and prayer, what it really means to me is I could not even begin to tell you, because it means a lot to me. And man, I went back and forth trying to figure out what I wanted to do for this year's 21 days of fasting and prayer. Now, I am not going to share it with you all just yet, because even to this moment, I am still tweaking a few things on it. I added something to it today at work that made me realize that for me, this is going to be something really hard for me to give up, and difficult decision as I can in order to really show God my true commitment. I did start it off this morning with prayer, and like I said, I am tweaking I'm fasting. And remember, you don't necessarily have to fast food items. I fasted meat thing, and that was what got me through the COVID and my whole breast cancer diagnosis. And so that's why I kind of didn't want to do that. I will tell you all this time, I didn't do meats or anything like that for my fasting. But there might be a time that I come on in the middle of fasting and I do a video just going in detail what it is that I'm fasting. Like I said, I am truly tweaking that right now in lieu of trying to make sure that I am making a major sacrifice, something that's going to cause me a little bit of pain, so that I can be true to my dedication to the Lord. So yeah, so that pretty much wraps up my 2022 now what situation. Before I go, I do want to share something with you all. I think this time of year things can get really intense with people with workout programs, eating habits, giving up certain things, and not in lieu of fasting and prayer. I just mean people are just trying to do so many different things. They are not actually being realistic. And so I just want to share with you all that no matter how small of a step that you make for the new year, just make sure that it's a step that you feel comfortable in making. Don't worry about whether or not your best friend is decided that she's going to start running marathons, or they're going to be in the gym for 6 days a week or 7 days a week, and you feel that pressure to think, I need to do this, or I need to be more at this or better at that. Just focus on saying, God, help me to be better at whatever it is this year than I was last year. So if you could only work out 1 day a week last year, and that was what you basically did, then you just ask God to say, hey, can you help me make it to 2 days a week? Do not feel the pressure that you have to. Yes, 3 days a week is what the doctors say, and I do get that. But for everyone, it's not a reality. We have to be true to ourselves. And so I'm asking you all to be true to yourself. Don't get caught up in the feel that you have to run to the gym and be in the gym for the next 5 days or 10 days, because now we're in the second week of the year. And so if some of you have already probably quit if you started, but don't feel like you have to do these things, because you don't. You just need to focus on being better than you were the year before. Another thing that I decided that I want to do with my videos in this oncoming year, which I didn't state this when I was talking about pushing myself, but I am really, I know I say this and I almost feel bad saying it, because I feel like I say it and now it's not even heard because I say it and then nothing happens. But I am really working towards bettering my YouTube channel. Now that I've made 1,000 subscribers, I feel more obligated, I think, to really try. And I think now that I'm moved, I feel more apt to be able to do it this year for some reason. And maybe this is God talking to me. But one of the things I do want to do is either read from my devotions, different aspects of it, not necessarily the devotion that goes with the day, but as I find different devotions that I feel the need to share with you all, I wouldn't mind reading them at the end of a video. But if for some reason I may forget, or if you all tell me you don't like doing that, I might just put it at the end of the video, and that way you can read it or you can get out of it. You don't have to look at it if it's not something you choose to do. But for today, I'm going to go ahead and read something from my little devotions book. And then, like I said, we can decide how we want to do this a little bit later on. So anyway, it says, "You are so intimately aware of me, Lord. You read my heart like an open book, and you know all the words I'm about to speak before I even start a sentence. You know every step I will take before my journey ever begins." Psalms 139, verses 3 through 4. I'll see you all in the very next video.